Okay, so in your current situation, your present situation, is the Seven of Pentacles. This is a card about taking a step away from whether it's a relationship or work or activities, that you're just taking a pause. And so you're kind of reflecting on how things are going. So you're really doing some thinking. Am I on the right path? Am I close to reaching my goals? And do I need to change it up in some way? So the Seven of Pentacles, this is a earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And there's a very grounded energy having to do with resources, but ultimately, whether it's a relationship or your job or things that you have going on within your life, you are taking a step out of it to kind of reflect and to see, how are you doing with it? How's it going? What's crossing you is the Two of Wands. So this Two of Wands, we see this guy here standing with the globe in his hand and the two wands, one hand resting on one of the wands. He's looking out over the horizon. This is a card about decisions and choices and thinking about which way you're headed. Where are you going? What do you want to accomplish? Are you going to be seeking a new relationship? Are you going to be leaving an existing relationship? Are you hoping to improve your career path? So this is a card, again, about decisions and about kind of weighing your options. It's kind of like the preliminary step in manifesting. You're just kind of thinking about things that maybe a change is needed. And you're not quite sure of what to do, and two often involves choices. In your foundation, we have the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is a wonderful card because this is a card of unconditional love. And with this unconditional love, this is a Cups, which is a water sign, which is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And so what does she bring? She brings a lot of nurturing, a lot of sensitivity, and a lot of intuition. This is the type of energy that you probably have a sense of what's going on when you go into a room and you're meeting with like a bunch of people. You just intuitively kind of get a sense or get an idea of how people are feeling. So this Queen of Cups energy, now either you're going to meet a water sign, someone within your circle or your family, perhaps is going to be nurturing and loving to you, or these are qualities that you would benefit from. So in your foundation of what you've been doing is that it seems to me that you've been really being sensitive, maybe being a good friend to someone and helping others, listening to others, kind of going with the flow. In your recent past, we have the Five of Wands. This is a card of conflict. This is a card of disharmony. So you might have been getting into arguments with people, maybe little petty skirmishes or just disagreements and bickering. So you can see that these folks here, the guys, are not working toward a common goal. And so when we're at odds with each other and when we are not agreeing, it's kind of hard to move forward. So I think it's something for you to think about, that as you are having these skirmishes with people to, whether you're disagreeing or someone is really opinionated and it's kind of throwing off the group, try to find ways to mitigate that. Try to find ways to let that go and to just put it down to like a daily annoyance, because you can get past this. It's just a part of life of having to deal with people not getting along. Not everybody gets along. What's crowning you is the World. And in this card, you see the beautiful woman who is in the circle of the wreath. And she has a purple sash on, and she's got her wands in hand, and she's kind of like skipping. This is a card of completion, and this is a card of really closing your journey and reaching your goals. So when the World shows up in a reading, what's crowning you is the hope for success and for what you dream of to come true. And so this is a card of happiness and of fulfillment, and often of abundance and good health. So that's an excellent card to have. And what is in your future, near future, is another wonderful card, the Four of Wands. And with the Wands energy, we're thinking of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And this Four of Wands represents good times and celebrations in December with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones. You could be attending an engagement, a birthday party, anniversary, maybe a Christmas party, and hanging out with people that you care about. And you can see this is a happy couple moving away from the tower, maybe into their new life. But this is a card of celebrations. This is a card of happiness and joy. So far we have a lovely reading, and where you are right now is the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is this youthful energy, this youthful approach. So Cups, again, water sign of Cancer, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And he has either a message or an offering. Often, this can go to an emotional experience. So in December, maybe you meet someone that you connect with, that you're going to have that bond with. This is a offering potentially of love, and it can also be an offering of being inspired, of being creative. The fish in the cup represents creativity. So in December, that might involve baking or making things for people for the holidays, maybe home-crafted gifts. And people appreciate things that come from the heart when you make something. And so this Page of Cups could be youthful energy coming to you. Maybe you're reconnecting with young family, nephews, nieces, cousins, or could be someone that you meet and that you're, interested in and dating. In your environment, we have the Ten of Swords. So this Ten of Swords is about, you can see the 10 swords in his back. He's done. And this is really feeling at the very worst of feeling incredibly stressed out, and maybe you feel like you're at the end of your rope. You may be hurting, you may be exhausted, you may be just stressed out, and the only relief you have is to be out like this. Well, the good news with this card is that if you follow the horizon here in the yellow part, then things get better. When you bottom out, or if you have these really, really tough moments, you can get through them and you can get past them with thinking of what's coming up in the future. So this is just a little reminder to you, if you're tired, if you're exhausted, is to take care of yourself and give yourself the opportunity to rest and to relax, and that this too will pass. In your hopes and fears, we have the Knight of Swords. And this is a air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. So the Knight of Swords, he's kind of like this philosophical, highly intelligent, rational man or woman, could be, it's the energy of the Knight. Someone who likes to get right into the adventure. With the swords, though, there's an element that, it may not be the easiest adventure, that you may have to navigate through some challenges or through some obstacles. The swords give you the power to cut through the nonsense. The swords give you the power to clearly address situations and to analyze them and to speak clearly without confusion. The only thing to look out for is that, he's charging right in against the wind here, fast moving, is that before you jump into something, just think about it a little bit. Do a little bit of your analysis before you really dive right in. And in your outcome, we have the Five of Cups. So this Five of Cups is, we see the guy here looking at the spilled cups, the person here in the cape. There are 2 cups behind that are full. So we've all had hurts in our life. We've all had regrets. And sometimes we don't get a chance to close the loop. We don't get a chance to really put it away. And so maybe we still have this hurt on our mind. And that kind of prevents us from moving forward. So with the Five of Cups, there's a sense of perspective. It's that you're spending a lot of time thinking about what was and maybe what is gone. And maybe it's time in December to think about what you still have and all the good that's in your life, and to move forward, that you can keep driving through and you continue to walk away from sadness and from hurt and from regret. So let me take a look here and see what suits. I think we're represented by all suits. We have the Five of Cups, water sign, and the Queen of Cups. So we have water sign here. We have outcome of maybe not getting past regret. At your very center, you're taking a time out to reflect. Whether you're reflecting on your career or whether you're reflecting on a relationship, this is a card of taking that time out to really check what's going on. And do you have the patience to keep going at the same rate, at the same place? Crossing you are decisions to be made. And these decisions affect your future and where you're going and where you're headed with your future. Then in your foundation is the Queen of Cups. And again, a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And this Queen of Cups is really loving, nurturing energy, listening to your intuition, listening to your instincts. And so, that may become very important to you as you're thinking about what's going on in your life and where you want to go, where you want to move toward. A little bit of petty arguments, disagreements, conflict. You can get past those because ultimately your outcome, whatever you decide to do, it's going to work out for you. Because this is actually your crowning energy. And, this is really positive because this is about making your dreams come true. And between the World card and, let's see if I can get this here, the World card and the Four of Wands are 2 very positive and happy cards. And that Four of Wands is about celebrating happiness, joy with your family, potentially marriage or a very fulfilling relationship. And again, that relationship may be coming in the offer of the Page of Cups, who is there with a message or an offer, or someone that you meet who is charming, sensitive, romantic. You may have a little stress going on, stress that you feel that things are maybe not going your way. Maybe there's some doubt, but you can ride and get past that as well. And this might be just a reminder to get right into the game. Ride right in, but do your thinking, be logical, speak clearly, speak freely with your with your thinking and your approach. And again, of hanging on to regret, maybe hanging on to disappointment or loss. And, the sooner that you can let go, the closer you are to the Four of Wands. The sooner that you can let that regret go, that you are going to be able to, fulfill your hopes and dreams. Romance and luck. So, listen, Four of Wands and this romance card here on this desert island together. And looks like they're matching colors. This is very, very telling and very powerful to keep your eyes open And if you are single, to allow that love to come through. If you're in a relationship, it's an opportunity to deepen it and to strengthen it and to take it to new levels. So this is fabulous. And again, whether it's a water sign, Page of Cups, or, could be anybody. Okay, and now let's pull a focus area or something to meditate or contemplate for December. Cycles and rhythms. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. And again, that ties in nicely to, what I was thinking about in the beginning of the month, which is December is a really hectic month for many. The holidays, the travel plans, the trying to meet up with family and friends, and trying to do it all between shopping, making gifts, and doing things. So pay attention to how you feel. Pay attention to your emotions. And again, with the emotions, we've got the Queen of Cups here, who is a master of her emotions. Rest, have some fun. Don't let things stress you out. Don't let things take your smile away. It will all be great. I'm sure that everything is going to work out. And listen, this is a lovely reading between the Queen of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the World card, plus this fabulous